While luxury watches are primarily made to be enjoyed on the wrist, over the last decade or so, we have seen a rapid increase in people who would also like to make money by investing in them. However, the current market has shown us that prices for some watches can drop quite drastically. Prices for timepieces like the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, Jumbo, and the Patek Philippe Nautilus have come down significantly in recent months. Popular modern Rolex models have also been depreciating in value, making investing in watches a riskier business. Does this mean that successfully investing in watches is impossible? Not at all. But you'll have to drop the idea of making a quick win. Here are 5 watches you should opt for if you're into investment reselling. 5. Rolex Explorer 2. In one of the previous articles about Rolex investments, I talked about the Rolex Explorer 2. This time I picked the Rolex Explorer 2. It was introduced in 1989 as the follow-up to when the Explorer 2 still featured a 40mm case size, and came with some significant updates compared to its predecessor. First off, the Rolex is powered by the famous caliber 3185, a key update in terms of technology. For the last run of models, Rolex updated the movement to the caliber 3186, a new movement with some minor upgrades. Rolex produced the Explorer 2 for a total of 22 years before it was replaced by the completely new and bigger Ref 216570 in 2011. The watch is available with a black dial or a white polar dial. For the white dial version, Rolex replaced the white gold outlines around the hour markers with black, creating a great contrast. Rolex also updated the lume on the Ref 16570 over the years from Tritium, to Luminova, to Superluminova. Prices for the Ref 16570 start at roughly $7,000 to $7,500 without the original box and papers. If you want a full set, expect to pay between $8,000 and $11,000 depending on the condition. Considering prices for the newer Explorer 2 models, that's a very good deal. 4. Zenith Chronomaster A384 Revival Lupin III, 2nd edition. The Zenith Chronomaster A384 Revival Lupin III, 2nd edition from 2020 is a watch that has the potential to go up in value over a longer period of time. It will likely take some time for collectors to realize how special it is. So, what is so special? First off, Zenith created 3 different versions of their modern icon, the A384, inspired by the Japanese manga and anime series Lupin III. If that isn't special enough in and of itself, the 3 different dials certainly are. The first version comes with a black and gray dial featuring gilt elements. The second version features a stunning white dial with black subdials. The last and most spectacular version combines the dials of the first 2 models. It is literally split in 2. While the third is the most spectacular, it is also the most divisive, but it's still definitely worth checking out. The most iconic version, and the one that has the most future collecting potential, is the 2nd edition. While it isn't the only time Zenith has created an A384 with a white dial and black. 3. Omega Seamaster 300 Spectre Ref. It is widely considered the best Omega Bond release created up until now. Omega fans and Bond fans alike prefer it to the current Seamaster Bond No Time to Die. On top of that, it was the first limited edition Bond release that the secret agent actually wore on the big screen. The Omega Seamaster 300 Spectre was released in 2015 to celebrate the release of Spectre, the 4th Bond movie featuring Daniel Craig. While not all 7,007 pieces sold out immediately, demand and prices have been steadily creeping up over the past 7 years. The Omega Seamaster 300 Spectre differs from the standard Omega Seamaster 300 models of the same era. First off, Omega changed the dial, removed the 12 o'clock numeral, and moved the logo up a bit. Additionally, the bezel is not a standard diving bezel, but rather features a 12-hour scale that can be used to keep track of a second time zone. Omega also brought back the iconic lollipop seconds hand. If you turn the watch over, you will find a special Spectre inscription. Despite the high production number, prices have risen and are now between $9,500 and $12,000. With Daniel Craig now joining the ranks as a former Bond, this is a special timepiece that reminds us of his brilliant portrayal of 007. As such, prices for the watch could potentially go up over time and make it a worthwhile investment. 2. H. Moser & C. Streamliner Center Seconds. The high-end brand is a popular small manufacturer that has quickly made a name for itself. Their most popular series is without a doubt the Streamliner. It is part of a new generation of luxury sports watches. While the category is inspired by the brilliance of Gerald Genta's Royal Oak, brands like H. Moser & C. are giving the genre their own spin. The design was inspired by Streamliner trains from the 1920s, but the overall feel is very 1970s. Once on the wrist, however, the watch doesn't feel the least bit outdated. Funnily enough, the design of the Streamliner started with the exceptional bracelet that comes with all models, but it's not just about the bracelet. The Streamliner models are spectacular in every way. One model that's definitely worth checking out is the H. Moser & C. Streamliner Center Seconds. This time-only watch demonstrates the model's icon potential with its great case design, spectacular green dial, and incredible in-house movement. The model was first introduced in 2020, and demand quickly went through the roof. 1. Zapec Antarctique. The Zapec Antarctique has proven to be incredibly popular with collectors. It is now safe to say that all the Antarctique models seem to hold their value well. The brand introduced its first luxury steel sports watch in 2020 with the Antarctique Terra Adélie. After that, they released the Antarctique Passage de Drake, which sold out quickly. The smaller Passage de Drake S and the Frozen Star S followed suit by selling out rapidly, proof that the Antarctique is an absolute hit for the brand. The original Zapec Antarctique Terra Adélie perfectly captures the brilliance the brand has to offer, but now there is a whole line of absolutely stunning versions of the Zapec Antarctique available. The sports watch has a great design, a brilliant in-house movement, and offers great versatility. It comes with a host of different dial colors, each of which looks amazing. That is it for the video. If you enjoyed it, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel.